All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. And in this video, we're gonna be going over the top 5 best mods you can do to your 2016 to 2020 Shelby GT350/R models. Now, I am gonna add, a lot of these mods are no tune required, meaning if you do not want to void your warranty, I got you guys covered. These are gonna be improving both performance as well as handling, and that's exactly what this car is about. So if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, feel free, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, y'all know the drill. Wouldn't be a video without a cold start. You guys seem to really enjoy these cold starts because every time I have a cold start in a video, it typically does pretty good. So let's get it. 3, 2, 1. It's not early in the morning, so the neighbors are definitely not gonna be upset. I gotta get both of the cars washed, actually. The 99 is I mean, yeah, dude, the 99 is nasty right now. I mean, ugh, shit. It sat outside for a couple days. Did not want that to happen, but it is what it is. Wasn't even here, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna let this car warm up. I'm gonna pull it out the garage and we can go ahead and start discussing what are the top 5 best mods to do to these cars. Now, do understand, these Shelbys, you don't really gotta do a lot to them, and that's a very, very good thing, because this is actually the longest I've been on a setup for any car that I've owned, and that says a lot. So yeah, let's go ahead and get on our way. I need, y'all. Oh my god. But it's a busy one, if you couldn't tell already. A lot of traffic this morning. Technically early afternoon, but ooh, we got some backfires. We didn't get any right there. But let's go ahead and talk about the top 5 mods. Now, number 1, the first mod I do recommend. Oh, thank you, good sir. Every 2016 through 2020 Shelby GT350 owner to purchase. If you have the rare 2015, you are not excluded. You definitely should go ahead and pick this up, and that's gonna be an oil catch can. Now, I have the Ford Performance dual oil catch cans. These are very, very important to have on any application, whether it is NA or boosted. I have a catch can on this car, which is obviously NA, and I also have a catch can on my 99, which is boosted. Now, the reason you want to get an oil catch can is because it's going to be pretty much preventing a lot of gunk and oil getting into your intake manifold, and overall keeping your motor happy. was saying, since we are Shelby GT350 owners, we want to keep our motors happy, man. These are very special. It's a race engine. You want to go ahead and make sure that you are maintaining it, and an oil catch can is going to be definitely #1 on the top priority list. If your car is stock, I still recommend getting an oil catch can, because even when this car was stock, it will go ahead and collect oil and prevent a lot of gunk from getting into your motor. So I highly recommend you guys going ahead and picking up a catch can. Now, there are a lot of different brands out there. I have the Ford Performance catch can. Luckily, when I did go ahead and purchase this car, even though it was stock, it did have the oil catch cans on it. So I didn't have to go ahead and do that upgrade myself, which is something that I was going to do ASAP. I was gonna do that before I did any of the other modifications that I've done to this car, because it is very important, and because I've had multiple boosted cars before this vehicle, I knew that future-proofing it, when I do go ahead and supercharge this car, it was something that I was gonna need anyway, so why not go ahead and either tackle it, but in my case, I already had it already installed in the car, so it was a massive W. So if you guys do not have an oil catch can on your Shelby GT350R, I highly recommend you going ahead and getting one installed ASAP. Within the first, literally, 1,000 miles, you're gonna see that it is gonna be collecting, not a lot, but it will be collecting and cleaning up a lot. Ooh. Oh man, dude. It will be collecting and cleaning up a lot of gunk out of your engine. On this far on this feeder, and I've been living out here for like a couple months now. Kind of goes to show how much I do not get out. And also, if you guys see some like water spots on my windshield, it's because I was driving behind an SUV and they shot up the windshield wiper like fluid, and kind of got on my windshield, so I gotta go ahead and, oh, we got a new edge up here. Okay, shit, on a trailer. God damn. Look. Look, that's crazy. I see a C5 running on the road and then I see a new edge on a trailer. Oh God, what is the road trying to tell me right now? But let's go ahead and digress. Now, number 2, the second modification that I do go ahead and recommend you guys going ahead and doing under 99. Oh man, I gotta go ahead and clean my windshield ASAP. Is also gonna be another performance upgrade, because the catch can is performance, let's be honest. It's gonna be protecting your engine, that's performance minded. Now, I do recommend you guys, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, but, the stock unit is amazing, which it is amazing. I do recommend you guys picking up a weighted shift knob. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and be 100% honest with you guys. I bought this shift knob like almost a year ago. I ran it for a couple months. I took it off because in the Texas heat, it gets real hot. I went back to the stock unit. The stock unit is absolutely amazing. There's nothing wrong with the stock unit, but after going ahead and installing the weighted shift knob, now I do have the Ford Performance short throw shifter, which I will go ahead and talk about in this video as well. I have fallen back in love with this shift knob. It is going to be quote unquote cleaning up the shifts. It's going to be reducing a lot of the NVH, and also it's going to be reducing a lot of the shifter rattle that the 2016 as well as the rare 2015 through 2018 Shelby GT350s do have. I believe they fixed the issue in 2019. They add some additional, like, I guess, bracing and bushings, I believe, to go ahead and solve, quote unquote, solve the shifter rattle issue. This has been something that, honestly, I'm about to get another one. I'm about to get another Billet Works weighted shift knob, but in different color, just to go ahead and kind of match, you know, the color scheme I have going on the car. You know, black, yellow. I'm probably just gonna get a black knob. I've considered getting a yellow knob, but I think black is just gonna look clean, and, you know, it's gonna blend in a little bit better. The white looks good, don't get me wrong, but I'm more of like a very simple, simplistic guy, so I think I'm gonna go with black. But this shift knob has been just something I've been really enjoying driving the car with, man, even more. These are driver's cars, so anything you can do that is low cost to go ahead and improve just the overall feel, I highly recommend going ahead and doing so. And that's why I'm recommending this weighted shift knob to y'all, because I absolutely love it, man. I feel that my downshifts are a lot cleaner with this. Got some backfires. I'm more confident. And overall, that's very important when driving a stick shift car that is obviously driver oriented, driver focused. Got some backfires. I need to go get gas. Luckily, I'm going back toward the gas station. Woo! You guys might be able to hear the little bit of rattle. It's not as bad with this unit, but if I had the stock unit, oh yeah, you'd be able to hear it. So I do recommend going ahead and picking up a weighted shift knob. Billet Works makes a nice unit for around 120 bucks, depending on how you go ahead and fully spec it out, but it is definitely worth the money. And the best part about it is, let's say you go ahead and install it and you're not really too keen on it, you don't like it, maybe, you know, you don't really have a shifter cover to cover it up if you live in a very hot climate, or maybe you just like the stock unit, you can sell it for quite literally the same amount that you paid, and somebody will buy it, trust me. So go ahead, pick one up, try it out. Worst case scenario, I mean, you just wasted your time, I guess, installing, because you could just resell it for the same price you bought it. So it's going to be a really nice modification that I do go ahead and recommend you guys doing. And the best part about it is no tune required. Now, since we are making some noise, let's go ahead and talk about modification number 3. These realistically aren't going to be in any order. The first modification, the oil catch can, that was definitely going to be number 1. I guess you could say the shift knob is going to be number 2 because of how easy it is and I guess the dollar amount behind it. But modification number 3 is going to be exhaust. Now, you have 1 or 2 routes, technically 3 routes depending on how thorough you want to do, but I know a lot of us enjoy having, you know, a free-flowing exhaust. I know a lot of us go ahead and enjoy, you know, being able to hear our car just a little bit louder. I guess in my case, a lot louder. I do recommend you guys doing either long tube headers. There's a lot of great options for these vehicles. And I also recommend you guys going ahead and either replacing the stock X-pipe with a Corsa double helix X-pipe. Both options are going to yield great results. Both options are going to be improving the performance of the car, and overall, in my personal opinion, improving the sound of the car as well. Obviously, these Shelbys, they sound amazing. I mean, most of the reason people buy Shelby GT350s is for the sound. I ain't gonna lie, I bought it for, you know, obviously the overall driving experience, which came with the sound, so it was a massive W that, you know, the car sounded good. But I did want to go ahead and kind of, you know, make some small adjustments. Now, my car does have stainless works, catless long tube headers, but you can go ahead and get yourself some Cooks long tube headers or some American Racing long tube headers. You're going to be seeing a nice performance increase with the headers. Now, if you do not want to go the header route, let's say you do not want to void your warranty, because obviously long tube headers, if you want to unlock the full potential of long tube headers with that increased top end performance, which obviously these cars are top end oriented, so it's going to be working hand in hand, you're going to have to get a tune. But if you don't want to do that, of course a double helix X pipe is going to be, you know, freeing up the exhaust and also going ahead and making it sound kind of like the Shelby GT350R, which has no resonator. So it's going to be a very nice compromise. If you want to go ahead and get a pretty significant increase in performance and horsepower, you can go with the long tube headers route, and you can also go ahead and do the X pipe route if you want to maintain the warranty. You just go ahead and increase the volume, and overall have a nice tone to your car. And now, obviously, because I went the long tube header route, I did go ahead and get this car tuned. And that's going to be modification number 4. Now again, this is going to be something that is going to be, what is going on up here? Is going to be voiding your warranty. But it is going to make a significant, and I mean a significant, improvement to the power delivery. Now, my car is tuned on E85. The modifications that I have currently are going to be stainless works catless long tube headers, a JLT Cold Air Intake, as well as an E85 Tune. And let me tell you guys, I didn't even bother getting this car tuned on 93. As soon as I went headers, I got the car tuned on E85 and it woke up. Let me say that again. It woke up this vehicle. Amazing. I was thoroughly impressed when I went ahead and went headers in E85. Now, I do have proof of this on the channel. These Shelby GT350s with headers in E85 can, believe it or not, outrun a bone stock Hellcat, which honestly I think is kind of insane. Like I said, believe it or not, these cars with headers in E85 completely woke up the vehicle. Being able to beat, you know, a bone stock Hellcat from a roll, a 60 roll, which is literally their roll, it's a boosted V8, is kind of crazy. And it goes to show you how potent these 5.2s really are, man. That NA power, that voodoo, it's nasty. And I do recommend a lot of you guys going ahead and hell yeah, man. I do recommend a lot of you guys going ahead, and if you're up to it, if you don't mind voiding your warranty, to go ahead and get these cars tuned down to 85 with a set of catless, or honestly catted long tube headers with the green cats, so you don't blow them out eventually, and then you're gonna be running into some issues. But you know, if you don't really care about going fully catless, and you know, you can slip the inspection man, you know, a Benjamin, you should be good to go. I mean, that's what I do, literally. But it's definitely worth it, man. 100%, in my personal opinion, one of the best modifications you can do to the car is to get long tube headers and get it tuned 100%. Completely wakes these cars up, and they're nasty, straight nasty. Very, very, very potent. I know a lot of people like to say that, or not a lot, some people like to say that, you know, GT350s necessarily aren't fast. They're more obviously like a track-oriented car, but I mean, to, I guess, a non-hardcore car enthusiast, if something is able to outrun, you know, I guess a Hellcat, which I guess in today's day and age, whether you want to agree with it or not, I guess it is, I guess, like the benchmark. Road rage, I guess, is the benchmark of speed. I mean, you can't really knock that. These Shelbys, they're smooth. That smooth power delivery. The sound, bro. There's like not many vehicles that can beat that sound, in my personal opinion. At least the type of vehicles that I would like to own that can beat that sound, man. There's that headers 5.2, something else, man. Ford did right. They really did do right, because it sounds like something else, man. Nah, man, feels so much better. Whew. Warehouse wheels and tires. Ironically, the next thing we're about to talk about is wheels and tires. Specifically tires, but wheels are also important. Oh! Cool. Now I don't have to embarrass myself trying to reverse park at this gas station. I could just pull it right in. If you guys haven't noticed on the channel, I am not the best reverse parker, but you know, nobody's perfect. Everybody kind of has that, you know, that one thing that they can't do well driving. You know, some fellas can't parallel park. I really can't reverse park, but it is okay.
A few moments later.
This is Texas in a nutshell, a CTSV on bead locks. I don't know if y'all saw that, but that dude literally is driving around a CTSV on bead locks. Actually, I think that's an ATSV on bead locks. That's kind of even scarier, because those ATSVs get down. Like that, like the ATSV is like the car that, you know, somebody who has kids but wants a fast car that they can go ahead and just like get whatever pulls up on the road, buys, legitimately. And they also want to have decent gas mileage. Because before those ATSVs came out, it was like, you know, the Chevy SS's and the Holdens, but you can bust up a Chevy SS and a Holden even with, you know, a cam and an LSA blower with, you know, a fuel cam, you know, bolt-on, you know, E85 ATSV will run faster than that, which is kind of insane when you think about it. Like, they literally made that ATSV to like shut down you know, the other heavyweight sedans. I'd 100% drive that, 100%. If they weren't so expensive, oh man, dude. That would be a kick-ass daily driver, let me tell you that right now, for sure. All right, I'm about to pull up to my favorite spot. Looks like they got some fellas working it. I know. They probably think I'm the one doing donuts. And I'm like, hell nah, these tires ain't cheap. These are fucking 500 bucks a pop. Ain't doing no donuts on these tires, bro. But yeah, that is going to be the last modification I recommend you guys going ahead and picking up. Is going to be a nice set of tires. Now there's going to be a lot of options out there for tires. I know a lot of guys love the R888Rs. A lot of guys love the Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss, which I do believe are a better tire for this platform as opposed to the R888Rs. You had the Mickey Thompson ET Street SS tires, which I have on here right now, which I ironically don't recommend anymore. You have the Nitto NT555 R2s, not the G2s. A lot of people get it twisted. The R2s. Those are the tires you want to go ahead and get. And there's also the Mickey Thompson ET Street Rs, which realistically, unless you're making over 800 plus horsepower and you're on at least a 17-inch wheel with different brakes in the back, I don't believe those tires are realistically something you should be putting on this vehicle. Now, with tires, wheels are also going to be very important. Now obviously I have the stock wheels on this car. I think they look real good, man, but lighter wheels with a better tire is going to overall drastically improve the performance of your vehicle. And obviously there is no tune required to do any of that. This is something that I recommend a lot of you guys going ahead and doing to your Shelby GT350, upgrading the tires. Now my car came with the Michelin Pilot Super Sports all the way around when I first bought it. For stock power, they good, but once you go ahead and if you go with the route of doing the headers and the tune, I'm saying this right now, those Pilot Super Sports are not enough. The car is dangerous, and that's just with minor bolt-ons, spins, all gears, obviously first through third, and that's something that you don't want to have happen in a Mustang. They get sketchy. Even though this car's power is all up top, that goes to show you that these things can get out of hand pretty quickly if you don't have them set up properly. And that's it, guys. These are gonna be the top 5 modifications I recommend doing to your 2016 to 2020 Shelby GT350/R models and the rare 2015. There are a couple honorable mentions. You could lower the car, but in the fact that I do live in Texas and some of these roads are pretty bad, unforgiving, lowering the vehicle would probably be a bad decision. I don't want everything to be scraping, so I'm gonna leave the ride height the way it is. You could also go ahead and do a short throw shifter, specifically the MGW, which I plan on doing in this car as well. But the stock unit, as well as the Ford Performance short throw shifter, which I have in the car right now, is doing its job, man. I enjoy it. Definitely not annoying to drive, but that's what I recommend going ahead and doing in these vehicles, man. The Shelbys are damn near perfect out of the factory. I've said it once and I'll say it again. This is probably the only Ford vehicle, and yes, I am including the GT500 as well, that I could leave 100% stock and still enjoy. Because I left this car stock for like over a month. Wasn't, you know, something that I was trying to do. I was trying to go ahead and get it modded quicker than that, but I had to wait for headers to come in. But I really, you know, enjoyed it. You know, I was in a rush, but at the same time, I wasn't in a rush. And that says a lot, because I am not somebody, as we have seen on the channel, that keeps a car stock, or honestly stays on a current setup for very long. But I have with this car, and goes to show you how special it is. So if you guys enjoy, feel free, drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. It's been your boy Ears, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.